Hello there, Daniel East. This is Coach Stephanie with your monthly review for the month of March. In the month of March, we ended with a 1.75. That is well below where we need to be. However, it is a nice little increase over the previous month. We ended it with a 1.34, so we really we'll take any increase that we can get, but I'd love to get your team back over that 3.0 mark, and I know we can get there. However, we do need to be sure that everyone's reviewing their calls. Out of our 10 calls, we still have 9 that we need to be reviewed. And guys, we can't get better if we don't know where we're going wrong. So we want to be sure everyone's reviewing their calls in a timely manner. Usually within 24 hours is a good rule of thumb. Then we want to be sure that we keep the entire team at 100% of their certifications. We do have most of the team there, but we've got mainly the people who have not reviewed their calls that need to go back and redo their certifications. That way they can implement the tips and the tricks that they learn not only in the phone calls, but also into the videos into their very next phone call. Taking a look at the call quality report, we had no calls in the excellent category, 1 above average, 1 average, 8 below average, and no poor. 1 call resulted in an appointment and 2 calls were offline. So out of 10 calls, we only had 10% of our calls result in appointments. That is well below the company average of 34.10, and it is my goal for my team to get 50% or higher in the appointment category. That's the point of your calls, right, is to get those appointments. 20% of our calls were offline. That is well below the company average of 32.94. However, I like to see 10% or less. No calls resulted in the poor category. At 80% of our calls were in that below average category, which is a 1.99 to a 1.0, and that company average is 18.91. We had 10% of our calls in that average category, which is a 2.0 to a 2.99, and the company average is 19.16. The other 10% of our calls were in that 3.0 to 3.99 category, which is 10% being well below the company average of 20.36, and no calls in that excellent category. So we definitely have some work to do, but we're headed in the right direction. We did have an increase. We just want to be sure that everyone is reviewing their calls in a timely manner and then getting back to 100% of their certifications. Team, if you need anything from me, please feel free to reach out. I hope that you guys are having a phenomenal month, and I will talk with you soon.